MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM is excited to bring you 2016 Colorado High School football. Tonight's game features the Steamboat Spring Sailors and your Moffat County Bulldogs. It's homecoming. It's going to be fun. It's the rivalry game, and it's Friday Night Lights here in Craig, Colorado. Tonight's game is brought to you by these Moffat County Proud businesses: Craig Family Dental, McDonald's, I'm loving it, GCR Tires and Service, Hampton Inn and Suites, Rocky Mountain Automotive, Cook Chevrolet, Ford, Subaru, Mountain Air Spray, Rocky Mountain Machinery, machines that move mountains, your local Kubota dealer, Bank of Colorado, there's only one, Severson Supply and Rental, 3B Enterprises, sand, gravel, and rock products, Chaos Inc., Identity Graphics, Young Life, Mountain West Insurance and Financial Services, D&P, Duran and Pierce Contractors, EP Associates Professional Land Surveyors. We'll be right back with Moffat County football. This is MoffatCountyProud.com. The Colorado High School Activities Association would like you to know the schools taking part in today's event are part of the nearly 352 members of the Colorado High School Activities Association. As member schools, we promote and protect the privilege of participation in interscholastic athletics and activities. We also promote lifetime values like respect, hard work, teamwork, sporting behavior, and citizenship. We help reach and motivate students. We develop policies as a group and enforce them as a responsibility of membership. We are coaches, game officials, and administrators voluntarily working for the common good of kids. We are the Colorado High School Activities Association. Athletics is an important part of the Moffat County and Steamboat Springs school educational programs. Participation in athletics should be a part of the education of as many students as is practical and possible. Tonight's homecoming keys to the game, Shane. We talked about this. We said, what about this? What about that? And we were trying to come up with what we thought was most important, and we couldn't single it out because there were so many things, and really it all culminated in one thing. And what was that?
Oh, Kip, this is a rivalry game, and think about it. Since years before you and I played on this hallowed ground, these two teams have been smacking each other back and forth. And the biggest rivalry that you have, and you know what they would say back in my day, and they still say today, there's only one Yampa Valley, and there can only be one king of the Yampa Valley.
You heard it. It's the king of the Yampa Valley Super Bowl tonight. Steamboat Spring Sailors, Moffat County Bulldogs. We'll be right back with opening kickoff. It's homecoming 2016, and it's the rivalry game as well. You don't see that very often, but Moffat County Bulldogs coming in 2-0 in the Western Slope Conference, and the Steamboat Spring Sailors 0-2 right now. But records are out the window when these two teams play. Anything can happen. It's always a battle. Going to be an exciting night tonight. Lots of festivities. We got the color guard coming out for the national anthem. We have the tradition of honored faculty, student attendance, homecoming king and queen. We have a great halftime show by our band and cheerleaders. It's going to be exciting. It's Moffat County football and all the festivities that make us proud here in Moffat County about the high school. We're excited. Huge crowd tonight. Beautiful night. It's Friday Night Lights at its best, and here come the dogs. You're watching MoffatCountyProud.com. Colors presented tonight by the Craig Police Department and the Colorado Highway State Patrol. coming in for the landing. You can hear the crowd. They're getting loud. Woo! Here comes the game ball. The mascot. We'll see if he's on board to bring it out.
Heck yeah. You never know who's in the mascot outfit, and how cool is this? You gotta love this atmosphere. Loud, proud Bulldog. For Steamboat Springs, this might be a little bit intimidating. Feel the power.
Oh, you can hear it. I love it.
Oh, I love it. This is that moment where for yourself, or like me, for my son, I miss high school football in moments like this, kid.
So I'm thinking of this. Homecoming game, you're excited, right?
Woo!
Brings the community together. Rivalry game, you're excited. Guess what? They're right on top of each other. Then here comes the football, and we got a player bringing it out. And I'll tell you what, it's pretty awesome. So you got the triple threat, helicopter rival game, homecoming. Couldn't get any better.
And I want to know, who is that? What an incredible performance. He went with the Heisman, the clip dust off, and then the pose. I don't know who it is, but he did a heck of a job. And boy, they are ready to go. This is a game, kid. You want to jump on them early, get them down, and never look back.
All right, it's taken off, and it's time. We'll be right back.
Volley!
Oh, Coach Volley down there, head baseball coach for the Bulldogs. He's the man on a mission. He's getting the crowd up. We'll be right back with opening kickoff. It's homecoming 2016. The only place you can watch it. MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. Okay, so Shane, all the seniors coming out for the coin toss and shaking hands and ready to roll. I see down there we've got Keenan Hildebrandt, we got JT Perulis, we got Eddie Smersina, Ryan Zimmerman, we have Isaac Montoya, and then William Monasek, who is an exchange student from France. And
he loves it. If you recall our very first game this year, the first one we won, we interviewed him and he just couldn't get enough of it. He was so happy. In this day and age, just to be happy to be involved with something, and he could care less if he's getting playing time.
Yeah,
He's so happy to be involved.
He came here and he was explaining to me the other day, we got called for holding, and he was explaining to me and showing me the signals. And when he came here, he didn't know anything about football, but he's learning and he's getting better every week, and he's excited to be a part of the Bulldogs. All right, Shane, we're ready for opening kickoff. Sailors will be kicking off, Bulldogs receiving. Back deep for the Bulldogs, we have Cale Scranton and Mickey Klimper, the dual threat back there. They've had some huge returns. Mickey even took one back this year. Right in front of them, Caden Hafey and Chase Marshall. Always be aware of the onside, dangerous in these kind of games.
Yeah, you know Steamboat right now has talked about just stay alive, hang into this game.
Bounces
right here now, you got to get on that ball.
But he's able to dive back on it, and Bulldogs will get good field position to start this first drive. He's going to go straight to the double wing. Sailors 0-2 in the Western Slope Conference. Bulldogs looking to stay undefeated.
Start fast.
Keenan Hildebrandt will take the snap. First play, give right up the middle. Looks like a little, going to be a give to JT Perulis, and he's stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. Looked like Keenan might have wanted to pull it back out. Little miscommunication there, and the Bulldogs not the way they want to start on the first play of the game.
Yeah, you definitely right now, you want to establish that run, but the one thing that will kill you is that early turnover. Let's get it together, pound the rock right now, go right at the Steamboat Springs Club.
Same motion, back to pass. Big rush, Hildebrandt takes a stick. He's knocked down back there. Good rush by the Sailors, well overthrown, brings up a 3rd and 10.
Yeah, early on, Kib, we go with the rough run up the middle. Now we come out and bootleg left, throwing across the body. Hit as soon as he releases the ball. And now, just like that, you've got a 3rd and 10. Not the way we envisioned the start of this game, but they can wipe all that away with one good play here on 3rd down and long.
So I'm calling it right here. They love to run that underneath to Klimper, and they'll slip him across, and it'll be a backside pass. They do it well. We'll see what they draw up.
Oh, and as we said, the one thing that can beat you is the mistakes and the flags. And right away, Kip, we were told all week that Smersina was not going to play. He's on the field. Obviously, he's playing. He's out there with his uniform on, number 44. A big bonus for the Bulldogs. What was that flag for, Kip?
Legal procedure on the Bulldogs. Backs them up 5, 3rd and 15. Not really going to change your play call, though. 3rd and 15, 3rd and 10. You're putting the ball in the air.
Let's see if you're prophetic on your call there.
Counter. Nothing there. Hafey's swarmed Gets maybe a yard, and the Bulldogs have to punt. Surprised with that call, Shane, with the counter there. I thought the Bulldogs would for sure put it in the air, throw a screen, or maybe a draw.
Well, you know, sometimes it just, you don't even want to guess. It's on passing situations. Seems as though we run in running situations, we pass. So right now maybe we outsmart ourselves. Let's get a good punt here and play defense. Here we go.
Hildebrandt takes the snap. Nice towering high punt. Fair catch call by Sailors.
Oh!
Falls on the ground, and they're scrambling for it. Looks like the Sailors come up with it. Almost gave it away to the Bulldogs.
Here we go.
Back in the gun. 4 receivers, double set for the Sailors. Motion, jet sweep. Trying to get to the edge. Wrapped up immediately by a blitzing linebacker. That was, I believe, Smersina.
Ooh.
He was coming in, or no, that was Dominic
Passetti.
Passetti coming in from that D tackle position.
One of our favorites, Passetti, don't call me spaghetti. Come and go king right there. And I talked to his dad this week, and Passetti did a great job, as I talk to his dad every week, Kip, did a great job filling in for Smersina, and now he's going to concentrate mostly on defense tonight. 2nd down and long for these Sailors.
Nate Roach at quarterback for the Sailors. 6 foot 165 junior. Give right up the middle. And there's a host of Bulldogs going to give up a short gain. That was Ford Loudon, the sophomore, 5'10", 167 on the carry.
Right now, 3rd down and a long 12, Kip, and early on the biggest defensive play for the Bulldogs, obviously the first 3rd down.
3rd and long, similar situation as the Bulldogs. They'll motion to trips. Play action pass, back to throw, has time, lets it fly, looks like the catch is made, and gets a great spot, and I think it's going to be enough for a 1st down. We'll see where they spot it.
Cannon Reese, the wide receiver for Steamboat.
And it's definitely enough for a 1st down. 1st down Sailors, and just like that, they're in Bulldog territory.
And now they are owning the field position, Kip. We started out with incredible field position and not one of Keenan's best efforts on the punt. One big 3rd down conversion, and they are in Bulldog territory.
Sailors set up with a bunch formation. Trips to the near side. Another flag on the ground. And it's going to be procedure on the Sailors. All right, Sailors, same formation. 1st and long. Counter. Runs into his own man, and the Bulldogs are in the backfield. It's big man Frankie Masterson in there to make the tackle, and a loss of about 1.
So now, just that quickly, they've moved back into their own side of the field, Kip, and that was a big penalty early on. Both teams so far have had those penalties on their offensive line, and now Steamboat with a 2nd and, we'll call it, 16, a long 16. Bulldogs need to tighten up here. Our defense has been very good in our own league the last 3 years. They need to continue that trend tonight.
Back in doubles. 2nd and 16. Back to pass. Hook route. Had a receiver, would have been good for about 5, but can't hold on to it. Going to bring up a 3rd and long.
So, Kip, we were just mentioning it, watching some of our game tape. Steamboat should take those shots downfield, test our corners deep. Let's see if they do here on 3rd and long. They're going to call another 3rd and very long, Kip.
Nate Roach, back to pass, straight drop back. He's going to let it fly deep. Has a man open. And well overthrown.
Is that one of our sophomores?
4th down, yep, sophomore. Going to be a 4th down and 20, and the Sailors are forced to punt. Back to receive the punt, Mickey Klimper and Kel Scranton.
Klimper deep for the Bulldogs.
Oh, almost blocked. Nice punt. Sails way back, taken by Klimper. Tries to get to the edge.
He's got the edge, Kip.
He gets the corner.
And 2
and
flags.
fights hard. They're going to get called for a block in the back there, and it's going to back the Bulldogs way. We said it, Shane. Rivalry game, records out the window. Sailors have came to play. Homecoming. Passetti with the handoff. And he drives forward for about a gain of 4.
And now you've got to wonder, Kip, when I said that Smersina was on the field playing tonight, the fact that he's already off the field, hopefully they're just easing him back into this game and that wasn't one of those homecoming senior, we're just going to let him play a series, and he's not able to play because he's an integral part of this team, as we both know.
2nd and 6 for the Bulldogs. Straight dive to Hafey, makes the cut, finds a seam, and he gets about 4 more, maybe 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 for the Bulldogs.
And that's more of what I want to see, Kip, just power football. Just
Keenan Hildebrandt, quarterback sneak. Let him read the line, let him
Yep.
pick a hole, get the first down.
And you've got 2 plays to gain 2 yards here, basically. Oh, and look at that drive forward. They give it straight up the middle to their fullback, and our line has no push. We may have lost yards on that carry.
I think we lost a yard. Surprised with the call. I thought for sure you're going to give it to Keenan. I mean, he's the horse. Well, what are we at? 4th and 1 now. We've ran 7 plays, and our leading running back, our leading rusher, Keenan, hasn't even ran the ball yet.
And you know what? He's a senior. It's homecoming. Let's get that man involved. Here we go. Big play.
Huge play right here, and look what happens. Hildebrandt keeps it and gets it, and it's a first down. I like it. And that was huge. You don't get that first down. Steamboat's got the ball right there, almost in the red zone.
Yeah,
but
that's a scary one right there, kid.
you give it to Keenan, and he says, yeah, Coach, I'm going to get the job done, and he does that. Great job, Keenan Hildebrandt. Good push, O-line. First down, Bulldogs.
And hopefully that's the first of many runs for Keenan now. I wouldn't care tonight, and I'm sure the rest of these young men wouldn't either, if he ran the ball 30 straight times. Stop him, and everything else opens up, and our young men know that.
Toss sweep to Passetti, and maybe gets a yard.
But, you know, he runs hard, kid. That's why I like his style in this offense. He is a put the shoulder pads down, parallel to the ground, and run over you. He's not running around you. You will know when you have hit him as he's coming strong. It brings up now a 2nd and 8. Let's see what the Bulldogs do. Set up in that squished in offense. Look, one man uncovered over here early, but Steamboat sees it.
Saw it just last second. Bulldogs will run the option. Hildebrandt keeps it. Like to see that. Gain of 6. Going to bring up 3rd and 3.
3rd down and 3.
Big time. Oh, and give another penalty. Just killer.
Really changes your play call.
Yeah, I mean, it's just tough. And right now, more FaceTime for the officials than our quarterback.
Shotgun Bulldogs. Steps back to pass. Dump pass to
It might be a
Hafey.
backwards pass. Thank goodness it goes out of bounds. And Keenan's just nervous there, Kip. That's his first throw sideways. He just chucks it. Now the Bulldogs are going to have to punt. And the one thing that can kill you is flags. And so far, it is crushing us. So, Kip, we were just saying, too bad. If Hafey gets that ball at all, he had lots of room. Here's the punt. Great punt. End over or
Another
turn
fair
over.
catch. This time he'll reel it in. Sailors will take over on the 30. 4:31 left in the first. No score. Homecoming 2016. And we're going to have another penalty. So they're going to say offsides on the defense. That's against the Bulldogs, and that'll back it up 5, or scoot them up 5, I guess. And 1st and 5 for the Sailors, wrapped up immediately by Chase Marshall in the backfield for a loss of 1. Chase Marshall, Shane, having a great year. The juniors just stepped in at that defensive end position and doing a heck of a job for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I give him heck all the time, Kip. A huge Dallas Cowboy fan, and he couldn't figure it out the other day. I sent him the old the Instagram of Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott, and I said, hey, Cowboys are doing great. And he's like, what, where is the secret here? Where are you going to go after me? And I said, no, man, but don't worry, Romo's coming back.
2nd and 6 for the Sailors. They'll motion back to Trips again. Play action pass, back to throw. Under pressure, lets it fly. Had a guy sitting in the pocket there, but just couldn't find a spot to put it. Pretty well covered by the Bulldogs.
Here we go. Kip, 3rd down and 5. Steamboat right now, they said they just need to get through this first quarter, and they're doing it.
They got a guy open, hook route. He's got lots of room to run. We talked about that earlier. They ran the hook route earlier, dropped it. We said that's one of those plays, safe pass, 5-yard catch, and then you got the run if you have soft coverage. That's what Rollins did to us early in the year.
Yeah, if you're watching film of the Bulldogs, which every great team watches film, right, Kip? We talked about this. Our weakness that you've seen so far, and nothing personal, but you watch the tape, several games we've been beat on those outside and over the top deep. they're going to come out and challenge that, and you can see they saw the one things we've had some trouble with. They're going to go after us. We're going to have to make that adjustment.
Now the Bulldogs do make an adjustment here. DBs, you can see, they all step up to 5 yards. A lot less cushion. Quick pitch to the near side. Bulldogs right there to say you're not going anywhere. Gain of 1 for the Sailors.
Good run by that young man. Puts his head down, but a swarm of Bulldogs there in on the tackle, holding it to what, a 2-yard gain. Bring up 2nd and 8. Here we go, 2nd and 8, Kip. And Steamboat, they're surviving the first quarter as their coaches told me they wanted to, obviously, and they're doing it.
And they go deep, corner route, well covered that time.
Ryan Zimmerman out there, the senior, doing a great job. When it's your final homecoming, Kip, you just want to make sure everything is positive. Those memories, you want to go out with a win.
For the Sailors, 2:53 left in this first quarter. Straight drop back.
Oh,
Big rush in there. They send that linebacker. That's JT Peroulis on the blitz. And he makes it in there and gets the sack, and it's a big loss for the Sailors.
Hey, put that on the poster. Sack time tonight for one of our seniors. Gets the big sack on homecoming night. That was a huge play, biggest game of play of the night, Kip.
And a play like that, Shane, takes you out of you thinking maybe fake punt, but when you all of a sudden go from 5-6 yards for a first to that, you're like, nope, we're definitely going to punt it. And the Sailors get a nice punt, and it's going to be downed inside the 20.
Yeah, absolutely unreturnable. So we'll be right back here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM.
Bulldogs on the 16, maybe? We'll call it the 18. Give right up the middle. Short gain for the Bulldogs.
And right now, Kip, our interior of our line is not winning the battle. Steamboat is firing in lower than us, and they're winning the point of attack right now. The line of scrimmage is owned right now by Steamboat. We've got to get that back together and start gaining more than just that 2 yards there up the middle. That's what we're all about. Let's put it in Keenan's hands and go down the field. 1:47 remaining in this first quarter. Blitz up the middle, outside pitch.
Outside, Hafey makes a cut, makes another guy miss, comes in and gets a good gain for the Bulldogs, gain of about 5.
Yep, and we'll take that. Now it gives us a turnover, a third down that's possible here. And actually, I thought they gained a little bit more, so you've got 3rd and 4 here, but that's possible. You want to get it that 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4.
So Shane, so far, Steamboat's defensive game plan is doing a heck of a job, and we knew that was going to happen. Lon Clemison, head coach over there. Sean Baumgartner, head coach at Hayden for years, does a great job. Those two men, they know football. They're good coaches, and they definitely have their boys prepared.
They came in with a plan, and right now they are working it to perfection. 3rd and 5.
Keep Hildebrandt, and a first down. Hey, second time he's ran it tonight, third time he's ran it tonight. Same result, gains yards. Great job, Hildebrandt. 6-7 yard gain and a first down for the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Here we go. Steamboat running that 35 defense. And picked off. That could have been a pick 6 there, but luckily Dominic Passetti's out there to make the tackle. 1st and 10 Bulldogs. We decide to pass in the flat, and we're lucky it wasn't a pick 6. Defense needs to step it up now because momentum has shifted to the Sailors.
That's Ford Loudon, the quarterback middle linebacker, a sophomore for Steamboat, and he may have single-handedly just completely shifted the momentum of this game.
Bulldog defense been playing great for the last few weeks, been tearing it up. They need to step up big here. There's a nice tackle for a loss. Passetti again, we're hearing his name a lot tonight. Shane, he is tearing it up. He is one kid that is definitely, he said, hey, I'm coming to play tonight.
Yeah, he's ready to go. He showed up. If Steamboat is, obviously they're smart, what a great game plan. They're going to let this clock run down into the first quarter. And as I said, I talked to the coaches before the game. They said we want to get through that first quarter. Not only did they survive the first quarter, Kip, they won the first quarter.
Hey, want to say thank you to all of our sponsors that help us out at MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. Without them, we wouldn't be able to be here. Hey, and remember, check out all the videos, man. We had pep assembly stuff going on, lip sync stuff going on. My partner in crime here, Shane, doing a heck of a job as the MC. Our cameraman, Lance. You don't think you guys at church thought he could just sing, man. He can dance too. Check it out. I'll tell you what, it's been a lot of fun this week, and people are excited about MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM and all the cool things and all the businesses that support all the cool things that happen in Moffat County. What a great place to live. Tonight's game is brought to you by these Moffat County Proud businesses: Craig Family Dental, McDonald's, I'm Loving It, GCR Tires and Service, Hampton Inn and Suites, Rocky Mountain Automotive, Cook Chevrolet, Ford and Subaru, Mountain Air Spray, Rocky Mountain Machinery, your Kubota dealer, Bank of Colorado, Severson Supply and Rental, 3B Enterprises, Chaos Inc., Identity Graphics, Young Life, Mountain West Insurance and Financial Services, Duran and Pierce Contractors, and Epp Associates Professional Land Surveyors. So Shane, at the end of one, not what we thought would happen at all. Man, it is a game 0-0, and Steamboat 4-down territory.
Yeah, heck yeah, and they have played fantastic. They're in it to win it now. Blitz by the Bulldogs, the guy deep, but good coverage again. Ryan Zimmerman so far has played a very good job at cornerback tonight. No mistakes for him.
And big three for the Bulldogs inside. Frankie Masterson, Devin Mossman, Dominic Passetti. 3 down linemen. Here comes the blitz, Mickey Klemper, and causes the quarterback in a hurry and incomplete. 4th down for the Sailors.
And think about that, Kip. They always teach you, if you're that guy coming straight at the quarterback, especially on a blitz, if you're not going to be able to make that tackle, get your hands up in his line of view, his line of sight, and knock the ball down or force them to throw it up over the top of you, and that's exactly what Mickey Klemper did. Great job to bring up this 4th down. Now, Steamboat has shifted this field position. 0-0. We're just barely underway in this second quarter. This is a big play here, but they know even if they don't convert, they have shifted the field position.
And I see JT Peroulis walked up again. Look for him to blitz the edge, and that's exactly what he was going to do. And
false start
on Steamboat. That'll back him up 5. This is the blitz we saw earlier with JT where he was able to get that sack.
Yeah, he was able to come right through the middle. He was basically timing it perfect. Came right through the middle, got the sack. And now you wonder, does Steamboat maybe think now we might try to pooch kick that, just put it down there around the 10, play some more defense? Because our offense tonight has done nothing up to this point. Steamboat's down here far enough. Let's see what they do. You got to know right off the snap.
This is one of those coaching points too, Shane. If you're a Moffat County defender and it's a pass and you know you don't have a good return off of it, knock it down. Don't intercept it and fall down and give up a punt.
Here comes the blitz.
Screen by the Sailors. Nice call by the Sailors, but the Bulldogs defend it well. Gain of about 6. Going to be Bulldog ball on the 30. Will step back into shotgun. 1 running back. And they'll spread it out. Motion Hafey. Option, speed option. Hafey with the block on the corner. Hildebrandt with the hard run. Stiff arm, but wrapped up and taken down. And going to be a gain of 5 for the Bulldogs.
You know what? That was a great tackle by number 27 for Steamboat there, Kip, because Keenan has a lot of room.
And Keenan getting up slow. That's not what you want to see. And Keenan, one tough customer. He's as tough as they come.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, right now we talked about ride that horse until you can't ride him anymore. Right now, a little bit gimpy. So let's see what happens. Put it in Passetti's hands. You gained, 6, 7 yards almost on 1st down. Now get the rest of those yards.
Lead dive to Passetti. He falls forward for a gain of 2, maybe 3, and going to bring up a 3rd and 1 for the Bulldogs. 3rd and 1 for the Bulldogs. Big play coming up. See if we can get them chains moving again. Quarterback sneak, Hildebrandt. And dives ahead and looks to have enough for the 1st down.
Wow, but you know what, Kip? He was met almost instantly. If we don't have that monster of a quarterback, who knows? But he's able to fall forward.
And that wasn't typical Keenan. You can still see he's limping out there. That wasn't his typical run. That was more of a, I'm just going to give everything I got on just one surge. Yes. And that's what he did there. Great job, great effort by Hildebrandt. Picks up the 1st down for the Bulldogs.
When we ran that option to the left, Kip, Keenan, the guy, he had all kinds of room. And Tanner Raper, the running back, defensive back, number 27, he came in and crushed Keenan, tackled him very awkwardly, and he's still not recovered from that.
Counter to Smersina. He busts loose. He's got some room, breaks a tackle. And the biggest play for the Bulldogs, 27 yards on the carry for Eddie Smersina.
And you can see right there, we needed that desperately. Smersina's only had 1 of those monster plays this year. And right there, though, you can still see he's not quite right, Kim. He busted through, and in the past, he's gone. but he's getting there in a big gain, one of those chunk plays for Moffat County.
Timeout, Moffat County. A little better now.
Yeah.
Starting to move around, getting loosened back up.
Heck yeah, so back here, Kip, and
That's what we want to
big
see.
play, yep.
You know, you worry about those kids. You want him to be good. He went down so awkward, Shane, that you were like, oh man, that's one of them strange things. Bootleg, lots of time to throw, covered well. Oh no. Man, that was another, it's like that was dangerous.
And right now, Kip, if you're making the play calling right now, you say, hey, Keenan's not really feeling it passing right now. Let's just keep running the ball, because that's the second one he puts right on the defensive back. If that's intercepted, we might be saying right now pick 6.
Brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. Ball on the 33. Motion Hapey, jet sweep.
He's got room.
Tries to get to the corner. Little
There he
shake and
goes.
bake. He's got enough for the first down. It's going to be close. We'll see where they spot it. Good play for the Bulldogs, and they needed that on 2nd down.
Yep, great
2nd
job.
and 10, and looks to be about a 9-yard gain. So manageable 3rd and 1 now for the Bulldogs. Definite 4th down territory.
Heck yeah, did a great job reading his blocks, and now Spursina comes out.
I see Paschetti coming in, and my call now is, you know, yes,
Big
we
back.
love the Keenan Hildebrandt quarterback sneak, but the way he's feeling right now, lead dive, Paschetti.
Yeah, put it to your big back here. 3rd and short yardage. Here he comes right at you.
Lead
Big
dive,
run.
Paschetti. We called it, and it's a gain of 4 and a first down, and the Bulldogs, for the first time, are inside the 20.
A big Jerome Bettis back gets you the first down.
Bulldogs.
The 10, Bulldogs go doubles formation. Motion Paschetti. Trap right up the middle to the fullback.
And
That's
something wasn't-
Perulis, and he gets a couple.
You see, Kip, something wasn't quite right there. The timing, Keenan had to stand and wait for that handoff. That's a scary thing when you're holding that ball out there like the old loaf of bread. Timing wasn't right. We end up gaining a couple yards there, and a timeout here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. We'll be back.
Oh, football's on.
Yeah, and it's the end zone. Touchdown!
Bulldogs!
It was raining candy, and then it was raining touchdown to Klimper.
Bulldogs get it going to Klimper. We talked about that earlier. They bring him across, and he's wide open. And Keenan Hildebrandt, on his first pass that he connects, is
Yes.
good for 6.
And in my mind now, that will always be called the infamous Twix touchdown. Kip, we're throwing Twixes. We look out on the field, the ball's in the air. Touchdown, Mickey Klimper. But our cameraman got it because he's on the ball.
8:41 left. Bulldogs will line up for the extra point.
Nice catch.
Great drive by the Bulldogs.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's my fault. They came out quick.
Here we go. We're having fun up here. It's homecoming.
Heck yeah, what a great play. Mickey Klimper.
Oh,
gets-
high snap. Picked up by Marshall.
Oh, he grabbed the back of his jersey
He's going to be
there.
swarmed by a bunch of sailors. No good there. Going to be 6-0, 8:41 left here in the half.
We had a nice on the bootleg by Keenan. He boots left, puts a dime in there to Mickey Klimper, who makes a nice diving two-handed catch. Bulldogs up 6-0. Chase Marshall with the kickoff.
Kickoff picked up. Nice wall set up by the sailors. He's got a seam. He breaks it to the 40.
No.
Man to beat. Marshall makes the tackle. The kicker. You never want your kicker making the tackle, but you're sure happy when he does. The Sailors with a huge return out past midfield.
Well, that is big number 66 for Steamboat, Kip. And that young man's name, no 66 on our list. So what a great run for him. And you know what? You want your kicker to beat Chase Marshall if he does have to make that tackle.
So Shane, Sailors have definitely struggled this year offensively. Haven't been able to find the end zone in very many times in their games so far. They'll go with the quarterback draw for a short gain. 2nd and long coming up.
So at this point, Kip, you're in the second quarter. You drew first blood, so to speak. You got 8:20 remaining in the second quarter. Time now for this defense of the Bulldogs to rise up and take control of this game.
2nd and long for the Sailors. Call it 10, maybe 11. Give right up the middle. A little bit of running room. Able to bust ahead for about 5. Going to bring up a 3rd and 5 for the Sailors. So Keenan Hildebrandt getting worked on the sideline. Looks like he rolled his ankle. And Marshall Crocker, our trainer, doing a heck of a job, always takes care of our boys. 3rd and 5. Sailors back to pass. Has a man in the flat. overshoots, incomplete, 4th down.
Well, Kip, Steamboat is going to go ahead and play that field position card right here. They're punting.
Cannon Reese back to punt.
Setting up the return.
Jr. Nice punt, puts it inside the 10. Kel Scranton picks it up, breaks 2 tackles, and comes out, loses his helmet. Anytime that happens, you got to go out for one play.
Scary moment there, Kip. Did you see he had that ball and it bobbled and wiggled a little bit in his grip? That's a scary moment. That's like when you've got that really expensive vase or vase, as they say, and you almost drop it. You're like, oh, goodness, thank goodness I did not drop it.
Punt returner, the scariest and loneliest position in football.
Yes. Generally, you're either going to not do a good job, they're going to say, oh, why didn't you catch that? Or you're going to go to the house. There's no 2 things to that. It's either bad or good. I guess that would be 2 things.
Colby Beaver in a quarterback, boys.
Wow.
All right. Colby Beaver coming in for the first time this season at quarterback. And takes the snap, pitch to Hafey, trying to get to the edge, trying to find room, nothing there. He's gobbled up on the corner, able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Okay, Kip, very little playing time this year for our young quarterback who's set to take the reins next year. Let's see if he can ride his older running backs to victory here. Handoff right up the middle. And tough yardage there as Passetti just stumbles forward. And it's a big series of plays right here. We've still got Keenan limping.
Well, and here's the thing. Who's our punter? Keenan Hildebrandt. And you're going to be backed up here if we can't pick up the first here on 3rd and 4.
He's got a limp, and we've seen that before. Obviously, being a Bronco fan, you saw Emmanuel Sanders last night, almost an exact type of tackle where he got pulled down awkwardly. Emmanuel Sanders came in for 1 play and was not able to continue last night. Let's hope Keenan can do it. But right now, let's have this young man, Colby Beaver, make a play. He's going to boot.
To pass and puts it up, tipped by a Steamboat defender, incomplete, and the Bulldogs are going to be forced to punt.
My goodness, Kip, what a crazy turn of events. This is trouble right now. As we are backed up deep in our own end, we are going to have to punt. And as you said, here comes Keenan limping in. And look, football is one of those games where you take advantage of situations. If I am Steamboat here, you send the house because you've got a gimpy punter back there. And yeah, I mean, holy cow. And I love it. There's the timeout by Keenan.
And he wants a timeout. Understandable.
Hey, this is the gut check, Kip. Right here, you've got the heart of a lion back there in Keenan Hildebrandt, but he is hurt. See how he punts here.
Beautiful snap.
Oh,
not his typical punt, you could tell. But good job, Keenan Hildebrandt, getting rid of that.
Yeah, got out to the 50. Mickey Klemper immediately downs it down there, but that hurt him, Kip. And my goodness, I guess you absolutely have no other options to punt then if you're not going to run him at quarterback, but you put him back there to punt.
So the Sailors, Shane, I looked it up. So I looked it up, and this year they've scored 4 touchdowns the entire year. They've never scored more than 1 in a game. And so our best friend right now is their lack of production on offense. And so the Bulldogs defense needs to step it up right now and keep that going. Sailors wasting no time. They step back to pass. Under pressure. Good coverage downfield. I'll call that a coverage sack. Yes. Great job, defensive backs.
How about Marshall coming in the backside there on the blitz? He comes all the way from the right side across, makes the tackle, grabs him one-handed with a group of Bulldogs. But as you're saying, Kip, our best friend now has got to be our defense. You've got a 6-0 lead. You remember what we used to say? If the other team doesn't score, they can't win and we can't lose.
2nd and 15. Sailors will give it right up the middle. Has some room. On the tackle is Klemper, and coming up from that corner spot, Montoya.
Senior.
After a gain of about 6.
So here we go, Kip. That looked like there was a lot more there initially, and Klemper closed very quickly. Another big play here as Steamboat continues to play this field position. 4:20 left here in the first half at homecoming, and things have changed very quickly. We've got our quarterback injured. He just had to punt, as you saw here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM.
Yeah, he's not in on defense right now.
3rd and 8. Oh,
and I'm trying to look who the sub was. for him on defense. I'm trying to find who they put in. And it looks like Josh Teeter taking the spot of Hildebrandt. Teeter, a sophomore, 5'9", 145. Teeter, tough player. He's going to put his nose in there and try to make things happen for the Dogs.
Go, big play in the grand scheme of things here. 3rd down and 8. Bulldogs dig in defensively. Steamboat with 3 wide receivers to the right. Single back. Oh, look at that. Clipper's there. Clipper forces that.
Maybe an intentional grounding.
And they're going to call. I hope it's an intentional grounding and not a roughing the passer.
I think you're going to get intentional grounding, and that's going to be a loss of down, and you're going to move them back.
That is awesome, and there's the call, Kip. I guess maybe I'm just pessimistic, so negative sometimes. You always think the worst thing, so thank goodness it's a big penalty and the loss of down, all caused by Mickey Klimper back there, wreaking havoc in the backfield. Here we go. What a fun night we're having tonight. Homecoming, and you've got a 4th down punt for Steamboat here. Moffat County drops back to return. You've got Klimper back there and Strand. Klimper's going to take it. Nice catch. Nice hands. And Kip, I got to tell you this awesome story right now. Obviously, we've all got family out here. Mickey's my nephew, my sister's son. So I'm at the Broncos game, the one we won, not the horrible last 2, against Indianapolis Colts. And at the end of the game, we have some pretty cool seats. And Capri Bibbs, he's a running back who made the team for the Broncos. He's from Colorado State University. He gives me his both gloves. Both of his running back gloves, not a single glove. So you'll see out there on number 88, Mickey Klimper, he's got the awesome Nike Bronco gloves that are only given to the NFL players. He's wearing them today, and that was cool. I was very happy to be able to give those to my nephew.
That's why he held on to that ball.
Heck yeah. Those things you could slap somebody's face off with them.
Oh, big rush coming. Beaver sprinting out, able to get rid of it. Had a receiver there, would have been a short gain, not able to pull it in. Chase Marshall, incomplete, 2nd down and 10.
When you've got your young quarterback who hasn't had a lot of experience, you got to help him out, give him a little bit of confidence there. And that's the first mistake I've seen Chase Marshall make in a while. Ball hits him right on the hands there. If he'd had the gloves on, he probably would have dropped it. But he's going to come back and make another play.
And Keenan Hildebrandt coming back on and visibly limping.
Yes, and at this point, Kip, former coaches all around right here. You've got 3:36 left to the halftime. Do you maybe try to get him to half? See how he's feeling when you come back out right now? Go here.
All right, Keenan Hildebrandt back in the empty set. Steps back to pass. Big rush coming. Screen set up. Oh, and it was there, but not able to handle it. And Keenan takes another lick and has to pick himself up off the ground again.
And here we go, Kip. Let's talk about this coaching theory here now. When you drop back to run a really well set up screen, what does the quarterback have to do to sell that really well?
Yeah.
He has to let them come and hit him and drop it over the top. And right now, we don't want Keenan to get hurt. Here we go.
3rd and 10 for the Bulldogs.
He's throwing it.
And there's that backside pass. And that time, Steamboat had it well covered. And even if he was able to reel it in, would have been a short gain, and Bulldogs would have had to punt anyways. 4th down, Bulldogs are forced to punt.
Kip, 3:25, and we can't get to half quick enough right now. We've got injuries, 6-0 lead, and things are not going well. And this punt's a shank.
Hey, hit a sailor. Hit a sailor.
Oh, and there's a clip right in front of God and Country. But we clipped him, so it doesn't matter who gets the ball. We're celebrating, but we saw the clip here, and I could take my glasses off and could have saw it. Obvious clip. Bad play. Okay, Kip, I'll let you and that college-educated brain explain this.
So here's what happened. So Bulldogs get the punt, would have got the ball back because it hit a Steamboat player. But before that happened, the Bulldogs have a block in the back. Just one of those plays that you're like, why do you do that? And so instead, we're backed up 15 yards, have to punt again, and another punt that's going to go right to the Sailors. And oh my. So instead of being the Bulldogs ball near the 50, it's going to be Sailors ball on the Moffat County 31 because of that. And so killer, what a killer.
Yeah, and heart of a lion right now, kid. You have Keenan literally punting on one leg, and that sounds crazy, it is. How do you punt with one leg? That's not his fault. He's doing the best he can. You could see it came off very awkward, and he's hurting, and that ball bounces back. The net on that kick is about, what, 15, 16 yards at the most?
If that. Look for the Sailors to take a shot. 3:04 left. They got 2 timeouts, plenty of time, and they're in 4-down territory, and they could tie it up and even take the lead. Screen. Tipped by Marshall. Great job by Marshall, though. I tell you what, Marshall made a play on the ball. He got there. He almost picked it and could have been a pick 6, but then he doesn't give up after the play. He turns around, makes the tackle. Heads up play by Chase Marshall.
Yeah, fantastic. He's that guy right there that's yelling, screen, screen. And if he gets it, Kip, he's scoring right now. It's a pick 6, but he has the presence of mind not to sulk. When he doesn't get the interception, he turns around and gets the tackle. But still, it ends up being a 5-yard gain. Steamboat goes 2nd and 5.
2:26 and counting. Give right up the middle. Sailors able to push ahead for a short gain.
And Kip, I'm glad I saw things wrong there. It looked like we were completely offsides there at the middle of the line, and a no call there as we shot deep into the center, but no call, and it's going to be 3rd down now, and it's time for our defense to get the job done.
Steamboat back in the shotgun. They'll spread it out. 3rd and a long 4. Counter. Has a seam. Breaks a tackle. Taken down by Klemper, but he's got it easy enough for a 1st down and near the 20-yard line. That's going to stop the clock as the chains move. 1:36 left in this first half.
And that was Jonathan Kaminsky for Steamboat. And Kip, you let a team hang around long enough that has nothing to lose. They're coming into your homecoming. They want to ruin it. No wins on the season, and now they've got one of their players injured. I hope that young man's okay. We'll be right back here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM.
1st and 10 for the Sailors.
Kip, we talked about this. Steamboat has a good kicker, so a field goal is not out of the question if they don't convert.
Quick pass. There's that hitch route again. 5-yard hook with room to run. And Zimmerman on the tackle. Gain of about 10 for the Sailors. Going to bring up a 1st down and goal for the Sailors with 1:07 left in the half.
And I hate to say it, Kip, but that play is going to be there every single time if they want it. Man, oh man, who would have thunk it, right? Homecoming, rivalry games, I guess you never know what's going to happen. These two teams have a deep hatred of each other. 1st and goal.
Back to pass, looks for the fade route, puts it up, has a man, and no, incomplete.
Woo! And
try that back corner fade, and it was close, but the Bulldogs cover well, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal from the 10.
2nd and goal, Kip. Oh man, it's turned into a ball game here at homecoming.
Sailor step back, quick pass, and had a receiver, went right through his hands. He would have caught that about at the 5-yard line.
Yeah,
going to bring up 3rd and goal.
He had some zip on that. He really spun it, put it where it needed to be. It looked like possibly our outside, our defensive end or our linebacker might have gotten a finger on that on the outside. We'll give him credit for that. So little teeny things make huge difference. And now 3rd and goal, play of the game. Have to wonder, as you said, if they would kick the field goal.
Big rush coming by the Bulldogs. And that's what did it. They hurried him. That was Caden Hafey on the safety blitz. And they get to hurry, and he has to wisely throw it away. Big 4th down coming up for the Sailors. What are they going to do?
Yeah, our favorite right there, the old junkyard dog, the JYD blitz. We had 4 guys coming in a hurry to hit the Steamboat quarterback. He had a man wide open in the back of the end zone, but we forced him to hurry his throw. And now they're going to take a timeout and talk about it.
Yeah, so the Sailors are going to choose to go for it here. And this is what we said, Shane. They haven't been in a game this year. They're 0-6, and they're saying, hey, we're putting all the cards on the table. Let's see what they drew up.
One play. The defense needs to make one play here to keep the shutout going.
And flag, whistle, timeout, Moffat County.
That's okay.
The Sailors will come out, and they're saying we're going to go for it. Here we go. Biggest play of the game coming up right now, Shane.
Oh, the money's on
Toss
the table.
sweep. Looks to run. Throw. And knocked down wisely by Cale Scranton. Great job. Cale Scranton breaks right in front, bats it out of bounds, and it's Bulldog ball.
Hey, he showed his smarts there, Kip, because I don't know if he's going to be able to stay in the end zone. He might come out at about the 1 or the 2,
Yeah,
and
with
that's
your
tough.
momentum. Yeah,
So
if you got your momentum the way he was breaking on that ball, and it carries you to the 1, oh my, now you're in a tough position. Great heads-up play by the sophomore, knocking that down. Great coverage. Defense comes up strong again. Bulldogs will take it over at the 9. 36 seconds left. Kneel on the ball, eat up the clock.
Yep, and they're in that formation right here. Just going to kneel and just get into halftime, frustratingly, with the 6-0 lead. And let's see if we can work some things out at half, come out here and change this up. But Steamboat is in this ball game with us, and the clock is running. They're going to head up.
Don't even have to snap it again. You can just run it out to halftime.
You love seeing the football knowledge, though. Scranton knew his football, had no problem saying, I don't want the stat, I want to win the game.
So at the end of the first half, the Bulldogs hold on 6-0 with the Sailors threatening there right at the end. Bulldogs are going to have to kick the second half. I want to say thanks to all of tonight's sponsors. These Moffat County Proud businesses bringing you Moffat County football. Craig Family Dental, McDonald's, GCR Tires and Service, Hampton Inn and Suites, Rocky Mountain Automotive, Cook Chevrolet, Ford and Subaru, Mountain Air Spray, Rocky Mountain Machinery, your Kubota dealer, Bank of Colorado, Severson Supply and Rental, 3B Enterprises, Chaos Inc., Identity Graphics, Young Life, Mountain West Insurance and Financial Services, DNP, Duran and Pierce Contractors, and Ep Associates Professional Land Surveyors. We'll be right back with all the halftime festivities here at Moffat County Homecoming 2016. This is MoffatCountyProud.com. Moffat County High School Homecoming Band Performance. Sit back, listen, and enjoy.
was the Moffat County High School Band.
Start spreading, I'm leaving today. I want to be part of it. New York, New York, these vagabond shoes are longing to stray right through the very heart of it. New York, New York. Come on, superstar, let's go.
Good job, cheerleaders. Let's try this again. Upcoming royalty freshman court, Megan Olinger and Cameron Baker. Good job, guys. Sophomore court, Quinn Kemp and Kale Scranton. Junior court, Olivia Neese and Nate Baker. And your homecoming king and queen for 2016, your queen Maddie Jo Duzic and Eddie Smursina. Your honored faculty, Mr. John Bolton, Mrs. Amy Hanson. Good job. Good job, homecoming royalty. Will be taking place once the game is over. Thank you very much.
Moffat County going to have to kick it off. Just enjoyed a bunch of halftime festivities. The cheerleaders doing a great job. The band had the crowd rocking. Great job, John Bolton and all the band. And of course our homecoming royalty. This year, freshman attendance were Megan Olinger and Cameron Baker. Sophomore attendance, Quinn Pent and Kel Scranton. Junior attendance, Olivia Neese and Nathan Baker. And your king and queen, Maddie Jo Duzick and Eddie Smursina. Great coverage downfield by the Bulldogs, and the Sailors are going to take over near the 25. Motion. Sailors will give it right up the middle. And a short gain, good for about 3 on the carry.
Well, here we go, Kip. The all-important opening drive of the second half. The really extended halftime when you have homecoming, and it's hard to get warmed up after that long halftime. Okay, here we go. Hey, Keenan Hildebrandt warming up on the sideline, Kip. Sure hope he's able to come back in at quarterback because he's our leader. Defensively, the Bulldogs miss a tackle. Steamboat's got a big run.
Yeah, option play. Haven't seen that yet from the Sailors. Speed option look, and it's good for about a 10-yard gain and a first down.
And the Sailors leaving nothing on the cupboard, so to speak. They're breaking it all out because they sense right now they could pull off an incredible upset tonight. The Bulldogs need to stem the tide. So big first down for the Sailors as they move near midfield. In shotgun formation here. Quads to the right side. Now he moves one over to the left.
Speed option coming this way.
Oh,
quarterback
boy.
keep. And the Bulldogs stopping for a short gain.
And how about that? You'll look at that replay and you'll think that Passetti didn't do his job and missed that tackle, but your job as that outside guy is to force the play inside to where your help is. So he did a good job, Passetti, stopping the outside run, forcing his man to run inside where there was help, and they stopped it for a minimal gain. Here we go, second down now and about 7. Steamboat back in that shotgun formation again. 3 wide receivers to the right. They're going to run that
counter.
jet sweep.
He's got some room. Call it the old trap T. They fake the give. They come back on the counter. You're pulling that guard and tackle. You trap the defensive tackle, and it's a big play for the Sailors. They tried that a couple times in the first half. Didn't have that kind of result with it.
And already, again, I don't know how many different ways I can say this, but Kip, they are leaving no stone unturned. They're clearing it all out of the playbook, having success right now as they are now up to the Bulldog 44. Let's dig in and hold them, Bulldogs.
And hard running by the Sailors. Bulldogs had contact with about a 2-yard gain, but you got to hand it to number 27, Tanner Raper. And Raper, coach, just a freshman for the Sailors, and he ran hard there and got some yards.
Well, I'm telling you right there, when you're wearing the...
Mickey Klemper, glad that he's coming out under his own power, but definitely got shooken up on that play. Hopefully he's okay. In for him comes Jefferson Pyatt, and he'll take that spot as middle linebacker.
And I'll tell you what, Kip, here's the snap.
Sailors come right back with that speed option they ran earlier, and another good gain for about 4, maybe even 5. It's going to be close to a first down.
And right now, when you look and you see this group, you see Smursina, you see Klemper, and you see our quarterback, that's not good when they're all on the sideline, Kip. That's a power trifecta right there, and it has been a tough season. We have lost a lot of incredible players. great young men. And now there's a timeout on the field, so say a
Timeout,
little
Moffat
prayer.
County. 3rd and less than a yard. Pistol formation. Give to the tailback. And he gets just enough for the first down. And the Sailors have a great drive going. That's their 3rd first down, and they move it to the Bulldog 34.
JT Perulis was in there, did a great job as a linebacker filling the hole, but just a step too late. And all they needed was a short yard there, Kip. And as you said, right now, this is a huge drive. They are moving the chains slowly, 4 or 5 yards at a time. Bulldogs need to stop this.
Quarterback keep, breaks a tackle, makes another guy miss. He's got some room. He gets to the edge, runs out of bounds, but not before he's got a 12-yard gain, and they're near the 20 now. So Sailors with their 4th first down of the drive, and they just keep it alive and keep it moving. Bulldogs need to step up right now. Turnover time. Let's make something happen, Bulldogs. There's a big play. Frankie Masterson in there. No gain. And that's the kind of play to get your defense going. Great job, Frankie.
And I was just going to say, Kip, someone on our defense needs to rise up and make a play right now, because the way this is going right now, you can't like the chances we have right now, and we've got to just come up, make that play like we did there. We've got a 2nd and long now. You just got to make one play at a time. One of our seniors, heck, I don't care if it's one of our sophomores or freshmen or juniors, somebody's got to make another play.
Speed option again, back to the same side, and another gain. And right now, Steamboat, it's a good thing they're having to run that to the short side of the field, but they are very effective with speed option to their home bench.
I was going to say, Kip, that interestingly enough was ran to the short side of the field, but they had success with it. Sometimes you think defensively there's just no way they're going to run the option to the short side when you're on those hash marks. They did, and luckily for us, they didn't have that room that they would have had over here. 3rd down, obviously the biggest 3rd down of this game. Let's see if we can stop this drive here.
Quarterback keep, wrapped up immediately. Once again, I see Frankie Masterson in there, and he's the
Devin
big
Mossman
man
in there too, Kip. We were saying, where has Devin Mossman been? He was right in the middle of that too, along with Masterson. Great job by those 2 young men. The play of the game defensively so far.
Yeah, loss of 2 on the play, brings up a 4th and 6 for the Sailors. Big play coming up here. Bulldogs want to get that Steamboat offense off the field.
In the old days that we talked about, where they always had amazing kickers, Kip, this game right now could be getting tied up with another field goal. Thank goodness, no leg on Steamboat this year. 4th down.
And this time we got a timeout, Moffat County.
Wow, and Klimper is trying to come back in. Wow. Well, Kip, obviously huge play. 4th down here, Steamboat Springs.
Steps back to throw, has time, ball's batted down. I think Passetti got a hand on it. Great job, great vision, elevates, knocks it down, and the Bulldogs will take over right about the 19.
He had a man too, Kip. Great job to knock that down. He had a man in the flat over here, gonna get that 1st down, but hey, make a play like we said, and our man did. Made a play to stop that drive.
Hildebrandt back in to start this 2nd half on offense. We'll see how he looks on that ankle. First play is going to be Hildebrandt, and he is nothing there. As soon as he went to give it to Perulis, there was already red pants, I don't want to say red pants, white jerseys, I guess, the white and red, in the backfield of the Bulldogs, and nowhere to go, and the Bulldogs lose 2.
Yeah, they could have almost taken the handoff from Keenan, that being Steamboat. And Kip, I think we might have been off the air when we also were really happy and excited to say that Mickey Klimper had come back on the field before also for that last play on 4th down. So he's back, Keenan's back, and that MASH unit of our players is back out there playing their hearts out.
All right, look for the Bulldogs to put it in the air. And it's a
He's
big,
there, Kip.
deep route to Scranton. Oh, he lays out. He gives everything he has, man. It was just off the fingertips, and he almost had it. He had a step on that defensive back. 6:25 left. going to bring up 3rd and long.
Wow, Kip, and you saw that start right here on our sideline. He was able to duck his shoulder under the cornerback to get behind him, and he is literally, what would you say, a foot away from maybe going the distance, but that's how close life is. A foot away from going the distance, but a foot away from just being now.
And it's going to be a flag on the Bulldogs. Not sure what the call was. I didn't see a signal.
Wow.
Or maybe it's not against the Bulldogs. They're discussing it right now.
When I see our coach saying, move him up, move him up. So
going to be pass interference on or defensive holding on the Sailors.
Wow.
And that'll move the Bulldogs up and put us 10-yard penalty. And repeat the down. 2nd and 2 for the Bulldogs.
Huge penalty, Kip. Huge. It was going to be 3rd and very long. And now another penalty, and it is a dirty laundry party. Here we go, Kip. A demonstrative flag thrown there, and now it's 2nd down and 7.
Give to Hafey and breaks a tackle. Tries to get to the edge. And picked up, looked like he was going to be gobbled up in the backfield, somehow breaks loose, gains about 5, and going to put us in a 3rd and 2.
Yep, that makes this now a doable 3rd down. Nice bit of running there as Hafey seemed to be bottled up, as you said, broke it to the outside and put that head down and gained some yardage. We are running a very quick up-tempo offense right now, Kip. 3rd down and 3. Keenan comes up under center.
Lead dive to Passetti. He's hit in the backfield, runs hard, and able to pile ahead for the 1st down. Looked like he was going to lose maybe 1 or maybe just get back to the line of scrimmage. Keeps the legs driving, falls forward, 1st down Bulldogs. Big 3rd down conversion.
There you go. Whether it's Larry Zonka, John Riggins, or Mike Allstott, you got to love that big bruising fullback putting his head down and getting the yardage. So now we have a little bit of a drive going this way, Kip, and we've got 5:30 left in the 3rd quarter. A touchdown would be devastating right now to Steamboat.
And back to pass, Hildebrandt. And Scranton fights hard to get open. Covered tight by the Sailors. Ball falls incomplete.
Well, you know, he fought just to knock that ball down. He was covered really well. Good job turning into a defensive player there for Scranton.
2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. Everybody in tight. Counter to Hafey.
He's got room.
Gets a seam, wrapped up, and gain of 3, maybe 4. And going to bring up a 3rd and 6 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, at some point you do say Steamboat kind of came into the lion's den here, so to speak, and man, they have played their guts out, Kip, and they have showed up, and they've got this game right now, a 1-score game with 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. And hey, it's tough to come into our building on our homecoming and hang with us, let alone have a chance that you could take the lead with 1 play.
Ball's on the ground, bobbled snap.
No.
And somehow Moffat County comes up with it. Passetti again. Passetti grabs that ball and comes up with it, but fumbled on the snap. And that's going to bring up a 4th down for the Bulldogs, and they'll be forced to punt.
Man, and you have to think that has something to do with that ankle injury that Keenan is coming back from here. Now you've got to rely on a punter. It looks like we're going to have someone else
Looks
punting.
like Jefferson Pyatt coming in to punt for the Bulldogs.
And I love it. You've got to give someone else that opportunity if they can kick at all, because Keenan was in pain when he was kicking. Let's see what happens here.
Good snap.
It'll work.
Going to get a nice roll. Picked up, immediately wrapped up by Klemper. Great downfield coverage. I'd have to say I think he's okay.
Yes, and you know what? He goes down, and he is a tone setter, and he says, my head's okay, and down you will go. Negative yards on that return. He shows all of his teammates, hey, just like you said, I'm okay.
So tonight, the Bulldogs have really been a bend but don't break defense. Sailors have had some good drives. They've had a couple opportunities inside the red zone of the Bulldogs, but they're just not able to finish the deal. Right now, they get a 1st down, 6-yard gain and a good run play.
Yeah, you know, their 1st down rate right now, their yards per play is pretty big for Steamboat. You're going to go back and look at this tape, and man, oh man, there's a lot of things you're going to want to fix. And I don't even want to look ahead at all to our next game, because this game right here is still very much in doubt, but you've got to stop those first down plays. You as a Bulldog, if you can get 6 every time on first down, I'd say, hey, I will take it all day long, because then you have 3 plays to get that 4 yards. 3:18 remaining in this third quarter. And here we go. Bulldogs defense looking to stiffen up. Handoff right up the middle.
Little draw right up the middle. And I'll tell you what, Frankie Masterson having a great game. Sometimes those defensive linemen, they just kind of disappear and you don't see them a lot. But he's having a heck of a game tonight up the middle.
Yeah, oh man, and you know what? I got my fingers crossed, okay, obviously that our team wins tonight, because we've talked to our linemen. We're going to have the interview with our offense and defensive linemen tonight after the game. So everybody at home, you should be hoping also that big man right there run off the field, Frankie Masterson, who's going to run back on the field, you're going to hope that we're having the interview with him after this game, because that means we have won the game as Devin Mossman comes off.
And on for Mossman is Beckett.
Here we go now, third down.
3rd and short for the Sailors. They'll come back with the counter. And able to fight ahead. Loses the ball, but I think he's got enough for the first down. He loses the ball, but falls right back on it when he goes down. And it's going to be close.
And Kip, there's the signal. How often do we talk about game awareness, field awareness? He knew exactly where he needed to get that ball, where he had to reach to get that first, and he was completely aware of it. Reaches forward with the ball to get that first down. Those little things are huge. And here we go, Mossman back in as Frankie Masterson comes off the field. First down for Steamboat Springs.
Steamboat right back with the speed option. Beautiful cut. The Bulldogs finally had that speed option sealed on the outside, but you got to hand it to the quarterback, Nate Roach. He did a good job, found a seam and got himself a few yards.
So consistently running that counter to the left, Kip, another 5-yard gain on first down. Here we go again to the left, number 27 running hard. That time, though, he is met by an angry Bulldog.
Looked like Chase Marshall in there again, and also Kel Scranton up there on the tackle.
Great job by that sophomore, and then our junior, too. I'll tell you what, Chase Marshall is playing himself right into possibly an all-conference bid in our league here as we bring up third down and basically the same amount of yardage we had on second. I think it was a no gain. Midfield here, the Bulldogs still pitching the shutout with 46 seconds left in the third quarter. Big play.
Ball on the ground, picked up. Big rush coming by the Bulldogs. Marshall in there again with the sack. And Colby Beckett in there. You haven't seen him a lot on defense.
Oh, and then there's a penalty here. Hopefully this is one of those against Steamboat, because there was a lot of gums flapping, so to speak. And I was going to say, on cue, we had Chase Marshall make the play as I'm talking him up for all conference.
Yeah, Marshall in there with Beckett. Beckett, you don't see him on defense a lot, but I'll tell you what, every time I've seen him on defense, he's in on the play. He comes in and he makes plays happen.
Yes.
Kid's working hard.
He is a game player, and sadly enough, you see the referees pointing in our direction. You hope that means he did it, or no, you hope they're going to go opposite. I don't know what I hope, but that's not a good sign when they're pointing at us. This is a
Maybe
big penalty.
say face mask, maybe.
Yes. Oh, unsportsmanlike. Oh, unsportsmanlike, and it was those gums flapping that I was talking about.
And it was on both teams, offsetting penalties. So, offsetting penalty on both. Somebody on both sides did it. Got to keep yourself. You got to keep that composure. High intensity game, 6-0. Everybody playing their hearts out.
That's why I'm so glad, Kip, I've got you right next to me here, partner, because I was so upset. I looked away when they pointed our direction, and I missed the most important part, them pointing against Steamboat also. That's a big difference when it goes both directions.
Yeah, that would have been huge. Would have put them on the Moffat County side of the field. So that's going to run out the end of the third. We want to say thanks to all of our sponsors for bringing you tonight's game. All of our Moffat County Proud businesses. Craig Family Dental, McDonald's, GCR Tires and Service, Hampton Inn and Suites, Rocky Mountain Automotive, Cook Chevrolet, Ford, Subaru, Mountain Air Spray, Rocky Mountain Machinery, your Kubota dealer, Bank of Colorado, Severson Supply and Rental, 3B Enterprises, Chaos Inc., Identity Graphics, Young Life, Mountain West Insurance and Financial Services, D&P, Duran and Pierce Contractors, and Epp Associates Professional Land Surveyors. Say thanks to all of our Moffat County Proud sponsors. They love where we live, and so do we. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter. This is MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. Back deep for the Bulldogs. Sophomore Kel Scranton, snap over the head of the punter. Bulldogs coming hard. This is huge. Blocks the punt. Hafey blocks it. Picks it up. Down on the 3. Huge play for the Bulldogs. You gotta love that.
Hey, we can do it up here. Kip, give me a high five. Your son just made the play of the game for the homecoming game. He stayed with his man, gets in there, blocks that punt, recovers it on the 6 or 5. And I've seen both sides of that, Kip. Once you get back there, that kicker is instructed, still go ahead and kick it. And if you hit him and you don't get the ball, they'll still call that roughing the kicker. So your son cradled that ball, took it right to the gut. Biggest play of this game, game-changing play.
Huge play for the Bulldogs now. 1st and goal on the 5. They'll give it to Passetti. Running hard, breaks about 2 tackles and carries it to the 3, maybe even the 2.
He can smell the goal line. Wow, what a play. And that's what we needed. We said all night that the defense was going to have to make a play. And at the end of the day, it's the special teams that makes the play of the game. Now you got to put it in the end zone and keep the pressure on. Second and goal. Up under center.
Motion Hafey, option Hildebrandt. He's driving. Can he get it in? And it's in. He'll score. The Hildebrandt show comes in and says, hey, ankle's hurt, but I'm going to drive it in. And it's 12-0 Bulldog lead.
That big horse has the heart of a lion. Think about the players tonight that have had injuries and have returned to this game. Your big players, your leaders of this team have come back out, and then you have Hafey making the play of the game. Now let's see if we can get this all-important 2-point conversion to make it 14-0 with 11:09 left in the fourth quarter. Oh, and he's going to hand off right up the middle. Nothing there. And so it's going to stay 12-0. We'll be right back here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM.
11:09 left. Chase Marshall in to kick. Squib kick down the field. Bounces around. Bulldogs dive on it. If they got it, it might be Bulldog ball. And it is. Bulldogs recover on the squib.
Who got it?
And they're swarming somebody. We're trying to get a number. And it's going to be...
Number 3, I believe.
Oh, number 3, Gregory Hickson.
Here we go. I've been waiting to do this all game again. Hoorah! Military family Marine right there. Shout out to the Hicksons. Play of the game again.
Yeah, Gregory Hickson coming up big. Flying down the field and says, give me that ball. Bulldogs, definitely momentum swing after the block punt. Now, squib kick recovery. Keep it going. Here we go.
Fantastic. What a play. Oh, we weren't quite ready there. Here we go, and he's going to drop back trying to, and now there's a penalty. Not a well-conceived play there, Kip. And I'll tell you what, let's go back to the good play on the kickoff. I guarantee you, no matter what the situation was there, now Chase Marshall's going to say, nope, I meant to do that. Only he truly knows if that was just a really bad shank or the perfectly executed right onside kick.
Now, I gave him a hard time last week about the onside, so this week I'm saying, hey, he meant to squib it.
Yes, sir. And when you watch the replay again, you'll see now Ryan Zimmerman slides by the ball and he goes out of bounds, so he smartly doesn't touch it because he's out of bounds and it would have caused the play to be dead and they wouldn't have got it. He makes that little bit of an area for Hickson to get the ball, and that's just huge back-breaking for Steamboat.
Eddie's in.
So Eddie Smersina checks in for the game. Hasn't been in a while. When I see Eddie come in, I always think, here comes the counter tray. I'll see if they give it to him. He had a big play earlier, about a 25-yard gain on that.
Eddie with the breast cancer awareness gloves, looking good out there in the all pink gloves. Here is the That is really tough right there, Kip. The play before, we had players not set and just looking confused. Same thing here, so take that time. Okay, Kip.
First and 15, shotgun. Hildebrandt back to pass, screen to Scranton, and he takes a big stick, pops right back up, incomplete, brings up second down.
Hey, let's say it here, Kip. You know, we took the timeout to set that up, and it just did not look smooth. Right now, we need to go back into a huddle, talk about this, make sure everybody's on the same page here. We can finish this. We can end the game, and nice to see Hafey's coming back in now. Let's save our guys that are injured now. Let's get Smercinas so we know he can play next week. Let's also see what's going on with Keenan. He'll score here, and we probably take him out of the game here. Second and long.
Toss sweep to Hafey. Tries to get to the edge. Not much there. Maybe a yard.
So we're going to bring up that really long third down, and I don't know, you don't hear the term too often, Kip, but this has really been a battle of attrition, as it's just been a lot of defense and two big plays, the story of this game. There we go, Kip. Let's make something positive happen here.
15 for the Bulldogs.
Clipper
Hildebrandt
one-on-one.
looking deep, throws it to the flat to Passetti, and he is immediately hit. No gain on that play. He's lucky he held on to the ball.
Yeah, I mean, Steamboat's defense, boy, they are a hard-hitting lot. And what happened there, we were going to take our shot, I can tell you, because you saw the way it's set up. We had Klimper one-on-one on the bottom here, going deep downfield. Keenan cocked it back to throw it, and for some reason he decided against it, throws the underneath route, and gets our guy just walloped. So now we're going to punt it with our new punter.
Jefferson Pyatt. Short line drive punt. Picked up. And a big tackle by the Bulldogs. Flying in there was Teeter again, I think.
Great job. You also had Ryan Zimmerman. I'll tell you what, that punt gets the job done, but as they say, those are the returnable type. Low trajectory, line drive. You catch that on the run, you're going to make something happen. But great job of Pyatt coming in.
Great downfield coverage by Teeter. 10:05 left in this final quarter. 12-0 lead for the Bulldogs. Hard count by the Sailors. I think that one's going to go against the Bulldogs.
Yep, and Mossman there got fooled, and that discipline right there. You've got to show that discipline. How many times when I was a youngster did they yell at me, the ball is right there, look at the ball? And it's just so hard, that flinch. They say, hut, hut, you're offside. There. Here we go now, second and 5, first and 5.
Short gain for the Sailors.
Good old
bring up
days.
2nd and 4.
Nothing better than a 1st and 5. Boy, so many things you in your mind you could think about doing.
Yeah, and right now the clock, the Bulldogs' best friend right now. Any of those run plays, just take your time, let the clock run. You got a 2-possession lead, and you hold on, and you're going to win homecoming.
Headed into a big old matchup. Am I correct to say next week is the game of the year for us?
Yeah, that's going to decide the league championship, and unless something happens. Hafey on a blitz and quick throw out there, good coverage in the flat, and Bulldogs brings it to 3rd down.
Yeah, great speed there. Hafey came off the edge and left nothing to the decision there of the quarterback, forced him to just throw it away, and right now we're surviving this game. I see that Hildebrandt, once again, just defensively, he's on the sideline. Let's get through this game, survive, and as you were finishing there, let's go into that game next year or next week. That looks like it's going to decide the championship of this league.
3rd and 3, long 3 for the Sailors. Speed option immediately wrapped up. There's Mossman. That's what I wanted to see. Mossman on the initial contact drives him back, and it's a big loss. And loss of 1, maybe 2, and we'll see if the Sailors punt it out of there or if they decide to go for it here.
Hey, old school saying there, the Moss man cometh. I've been waiting all night to say that too, and he's starting to make an impact on this game now. He's just continuing to lean and lean and lean on his man, and now in these last 2 series, we've seen 3 plays that he affected. Let's see what happens now on this punt.
Punt is off, low line drive, returnable punt. Klimper takes it, makes the first guy miss.
Here we go.
Has the sideline, makes the cut inside, breaks all the way across. Oh, and he's caught from behind. And I tell you what, that was a great job by the Sailors there coming back. That was the young man that had missed the tackle earlier, comes back and makes the play. And if he doesn't do that, Klimper had a lot of green grass.
Yes, all effort there by Steamboat. And everybody takes that collective breath now when Klimper gets those kickoffs or punts. Same thing we do now when it's Strand back there and you say, oh boy, he makes the first man miss. We felt like he was going to go. Steamboat showing great resilience as they come back to make the tackle they had initially missed.
8:32, look for the Bulldogs to run the ball, eat up that clock. Give to Passetti. Bounces it outside. Nice stiff arm by Passetti. Great stiff arm. Gets an extra 6 yards because of it.
How about that, Kip? He says, take a seat, son, as he puts the arm out old school with the stiff arm. Fantastic. At home there, rewind, MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. Slow that down and check it out. It's all heart and big old Tony Dorsett stiff arm. 8 minutes now left in the fourth quarter. Second down and a long 4.
Give to Smersina in for the first time. Tries to get to the edge and able to pick up the first down. About a 6-yard run for the senior.
Hey, Kip, now this is the point. You just really hope that you don't see Smersina get injured this late in the game. Hand off to Hafey. He works hard, but nothing going there up the gut. And we're saying now, we want Smersina as healthy as we can have him next week in that penultimate challenge that we have. And it's a home game for us. Season comes down to it. Let's hold on, win this game. Let's get these guys healthy and finish this one. Hey, so I was hoping, Kip, and I said it was a home game. It's at Basalt next week, so an even bigger, tougher challenge.
Hildebrandt back to pass. Has Klimper. And a great coverage comes in from behind. Maybe got there a little early. We were hoping for the flag and the pass interference, but got to hand it to number 1 for the Sailors. That was Cannon Reese, the junior. He came in and just made a good play.
Yeah, you know what, Kip? You think about that now. You put the impetus on the official to make that call. It was looking like it was perfect timing. He came over the back and hit the ball perfectly to not get out of Klimper's hands, and you forced the official to make that decision, and he decided, hey, great play, and you live to fight the next day.
3rd and 11. Option Bulldogs. Hildebrandt cuts back against the grain and just struggling to run.
Yeah, Kip, do you see right now? He is running on one leg. Let's give that man the rest of the night off so he can play next week.
6:54, 12-0 lead.
I mean, he was hopping to his left on one foot. Very obvious. That man will not take himself out of the game. He's not going to do that NFL thing where you tap your own helmet and come out. He will stay in there until he cannot walk.
Ball's on the 21. 1st and 10.
Big first down for the Bulldogs. Goes to Passetti. Running hard, breaks a tackle.
Baby.
Had a shot to get in the end zone. Passetti running hard, driving forward. And that's going to be enough for another first down and going to be a 1st and goal from the 6 for the Bulldogs.
It should be all Passetti all the time the rest of this game, Kip. Let's put it in his hands to win this game. We didn't see a second ago. We had Joshua Teeter in there, too, with a chance to carry the ball. He came out and was replaced by one of our older players, but now we have a timeout. So we'll be right back here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. Okay, Kip, here it's time to put a fork in them and call it a night. Let's run this
make it a 3-possession game right now. 1st and goal. Passetti, short gain, and the Bulldogs are just inside the 5. Clock's running at 6:27. Bulldogs up 12-0.
I guess at this point you can just say it's a legendary performance by Keenan on one leg, just showing heart, grit, determination out there. What intestinal fortitude he's showing. 6:08 remaining here.
Bulldogs right back up. 2nd and goal. Just inside the 5. Hildebrandt, bootleg, out to Scranton, touchdown, wide open, nice throw. Cale Scranton reels it in. 5:56 left. Bulldogs up 18-0.
And off one leg, Keenan drops a dime in the back of the end zone there. Family affair tonight. The scoring, my nephew, your son. What a good job. What a night it's been. And the big punt block by your son, Kip. What a great night it's been. Big effort by everybody on this Bulldog team.
Going for 2.
Bulldogs will line up for 2. Option and give to the fullback. No good. Prulis just a little bit short. And the Bulldogs will keep it at 18. 18-0, 5:56 left. Bulldogs will be kicking off.
There you go, Kipper.
All right.
Talk about that card everybody has. You want it to be 8-8-3.
There's the kick by Marshall. And dropped by the Sailors.
Uh-oh.
Tries to get to the edge, wrapped up there. And
Oh.
a big flag coming in, grabbing onto the helmet.
Yeah, number 80.
That's going to be 15 yards on the Bulldogs and going to give the Sailors good field position. So Steamboat will take over with 5:50 on the clock. And they got their work cut out for them now. Look for them to put it in the air. They need quick scores and a bunch of them. Back to pass. Lots of time. Throws it deep. And well overthrown. Good coverage by the Bulldogs.
Yeah,
and
Hayfie
brings
back
up
there.
second down.
Like glue on his man. Good job at cornerback position. And our corners are going to get some work right now. Steamboat's going to be dropping dimes all over this field. Let's finish strong, because I guarantee you, on the road next week, as we're talking about, we will be pushed and challenged. Our cornerbacks will have to go to work. Here we go now, 2nd and 10. At the end of the day, a dominant performance by our defense, as they've got the goose egg up on the scoreboard for Steamboat.
Back to pass, hook route. Going to be a short gain for the short gain for the Sailors. Bulldogs wrap him up quickly. Perulis on the coverage, gain of 3.
I got you. The Bulldogs forced a short gain, Kip. Looked like they were maybe setting up the hook and ladder. Did you see the way they had a guy coming behind that receiver? Time to empty it all out now. Anything you've got left in the Madden playbook, you better get them all done today. Now for the Bulldogs, we've got number 71 coming in.
Colby Beckett back on.
Nice.
I said it before, good things happen when Beckett goes in there.
Right.
Let's see what he does.
All he does is make plays. Here we go.
Complete.
And that
Fourth
pass,
down
if it's
for the
on the
Sailors.
money, possibility there, but nothing going. And now the reality starts to hit on Steamboat, a game that I believe is the closest game they've had all year. Obviously, we talked about it. They had opportunities. They had a chance. Shoot, they had a 1st and goal from our 6 with about a minute and a half left, right before half, and they just couldn't convert any points. And now the reality that 42-mile trip to Steamboat, not going to be much fun. 5:03. Here's the punt for Steamboat.
Nice punt. Best punt of the game. Fair catch back there by Scranton.
Good job. Be smart.
Smart decision. Bulldogs will take over at the 25.
We already saw earlier tonight when Scranton had a chance at the interception in the end zone on 4th down. He just knocked it down. There is the correct and smart play also. Wave that hand up there, make that fair catch, live to fight another day. Now let's finish this ball game.
Couple first downs. Eat up that clock. Take your time getting the plays in.
And we've got our young quarterback in there now. Gritty performance by Keenan Hildebrandt and Mickey Klemper to come back in this game. And Kip, now you start to think, hey, you got it done. I mean, on the homecoming week, it's really hard to keep that focus on football like it should be. There's so many fun activities going on. And no matter how ugly or pretty the win is, it's still a W. It's still a victory. And now our boys can start thinking about tomorrow night's homecoming dance and then start thinking about Basalt. Maybe not in that order.
2nd and 6 for the Bulldogs. And plays blown dead.
Well, that ugly penalty rears its head again, Kip. So we've got 2nd down now and 11 for the Bulldogs. Our young quarterback in, He needs to get some snaps. He's going to be leading this offense next year. And nothing for the Beaver man there. There might even be a loss on the play, so it's going to bring up 3rd down. And remember, on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM, we have covered everything this week. Anything that you were not able to attend yourself, we have streaming, or not streaming, but you can just watch it on our Facebook. You can watch it on YouTube. Whether you wanted to watch our crazy first annual, maybe last annual lip sync contest yesterday. We had the fire last night that Kip, I believe, attended. I'm at a loss for words, Kip. What is that called? The bonfire. It wasn't just some fire going on up there. We also have everything from this week. So the parade, we covered every aspect of it. Pep rally. Did we get anybody up there when we had the powder puff game? Anybody up here for that, Kip? So we've got everything covered. You even have Fat Man rapping somewhere in there. It's at 16:22 of the video. No, I wouldn't tell you. We're back now.
Big 3rd down for the Bulldogs. Back to throw. Looks deep, lets it fly. Fight for the ball. Good coverage by the Sailors. Scranton in there fighting as well. Incomplete. 4th down. Bulldogs are going to have to punt.
And you know, how exciting is that for our young quarterback there? I guess I understand. I get it. You want to give him a chance in his homecoming game. He's young, to drop back and just fling it. Nice pass. He put it in a spot where only his receiver could get to it. And the defender knocks it down. But now the clock stops. And you just want this clock to run right now. But I'm sure you're going to start to see a lot of our younger future superstars coming into this game.
Pyatt back to punt.
Nice.
And this one, he'll move him back. Picked up, brings it across the 50. Nice return by the Sailors.
Klimper down there again, Kip. And you know what? What I took a really long way to get there, and it should have been a short route. What I'm trying to say, anything you wanted to see from homecoming this week is on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. Okay, Kip, first
Sailors
down.
take over on the Bulldog 45. 3:31 left, 18-0 lead for the Bulldogs. Big rush by the Bulldogs. Passetti back there wreaking havoc. Good throw over there. Tell you what, Nate Roach did a good job getting rid of it. He avoided Passetti and then completes a pass after having to scramble.
So, hey, Kip, Bryson Davis, one of our big men, and I don't know if he's played much this year.
I believe.
So he's in there right in the middle getting some playing time. Here's the pass. Oh!
That's one of those plays where you bat it, you catch it, you run it. He did part 1 of 3. Great job. Passetti in there again.
Yeah, bingo, bango, bongo. That's the one you take to the house and score. And he'll be thinking about that one tonight. But luckily, it's in a situation where you didn't have to make the play. He's excited. That's his last play of the night. And what a great game Passetti played for us. He did a lot. In fact, he's one of our players of the game, running the ball, playing defense. And that right there is an example of what he's done all night and all season long.
3rd and 6 for the Sailors.
Open over the middle.
Throws a dart over the middle. Beautiful throw. And the catch is made by number 22, Zach Roach.
He was right in front of Jefferson
First
Piat.
down.
Yeah, I mean, he was throwing yard darts right there, Kip. That landed right in the middle of the orange circle. Beautiful throw, beautiful catch. And so Steamboat's still alive, moving the ball 3-11, and now threatening to take away this shutout. And the Bulldogs want this shutout. First down, shotgun snap.
Quick throw, what
Wow.
a catch. Reaching out is Cannon Reese and somehow pulls it in. Beautiful grab by that young man.
Jefferson Piat goes ahead and makes sure he's down. Try to tell you who else on our line right now. We've got 55 in there, which is Marcus Delgado. Tell me, who's our 2 guards there, Kip, on defense?
Well, and then you got Hume in there and then Bryson in there.
Thank you.
Quarterback scramble, loses the ball.
Whoa.
Hey, what did I say? What did I say earlier? Colby Beckett ripping the ball out. He comes in, good things happen on defense. Rips the ball out, causes the fumble. Bulldogs recover. Great job, Colby Beckett.
Awesome job, and we had number 79. Bryson Davis is excited. He was in there, and as you were saying with Colby Beckett, years ago they used to say it with Chris Carter, all he does is score touchdowns. Well, how about with Beckett? All he does is make good things happen on defense.
Got the fun.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Okay,
We'll
say that. Oh, right there. All right, we're on. So the recovery by Cale Scranton comes up, jumps on it. The dynamic duel as you have Colby knocking it out and Cale grabbing it up.
How about that? Cale Scranton with the what now? He's got the double dip. He's got the touchdown tonight. Now he comes up with the fumble recovery. Heck of a game for that young man. And you're bringing in the rest. Now we've got Logan Knez. We've got some size in our youth camp. Our line, we've got some big boys.
Bulldogs take over just inside the 20. Give is to Gregory Hickson. Running hard, able to get about 4 on the carry.
That's a powerful young man right there. And how cool is that at his homecoming, as young as he is, for him to get another hoorah run up the middle.
2nd and 6 for the Bulldogs. Under 2 minutes now. And counter coming back to Hickson. He's going to be wrapped up on the edge. Gets a short gain, maybe 1.
Running hard. Okay. So here we go, Kip. We've got 3rd down and 5 for our young group of Bulldogs.
And inside, once again, is Hickson. Driving ahead, good gain and a 1st down.
So, after our game last week, Kip, we were able to, we stopped for a late night Whopper there at the Burger King in Rifle. So here we go, Kip. A 1st down, great run by Hickson to extend this drive that might now, in fact, will end this game. Finish that little bit of a story I was talking about here in a second. So we meet the Hickson family when we're in the Burger King last week, and the store is closed, but people are letting us in the back door because you got to have a Whopper late night, and they're letting us in the back door, and the employees are like, oh, we're closed, but we'll feed you. And the Hicksons are so excited that we're able to get in their military past, that his dad's a Marine, that his uncle was a Marine, Grandpa was a Marine. Just that little touch of the hoorah and mentioning that is awesome for them. So we love doing that with the community, and we're so happy to do it. Shout out to our military. Thank you for all you do.
Yeah,
and one
Hickson's
more time.
Great job. I remember when the Hickson brothers came up and did the anti-bullying message at the high school the other year. Did a fantastic job. But, yeah,
Awesome.
What a great family.
Awesome. Yeah, fantastic.
Hey, Jefferson Pyatt running hard. He's moving the pile. He says, hey, give me an opportunity. I'll make something happen. 1st down Bulldogs, and now all they got to do is kneel on it and let the clock run out.
4 Steamboat Sailors slowly get off the ground.
Hey, that's going to end it. Bulldogs, homecoming champions 2016. They moved to 3-0 in the Western Slope Conference. 18-0 win. Stick around. We're going to get some interviews.
Here we go, MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. We had a homecoming game tonight, guys. Tough battle. What I'm going to do, we'll just start right here with our, how'd you get here? So it's the offensive defensive lineman. You're a defensive lineman now, okay? Hey, tell me about the game. It was a tough one. It's our homecoming game. And it didn't start out great. We had some injuries. Tell me about this game.
Yeah, we started out a little flat-footed, but I think we picked it up in the second half and started playing how we usually play. And I don't know, we want the salt.
Hey, you know what? Yeah, it comes down now, guys. It's a huge road game next week. I'm just going to keep moving. I'll send you to the locker room as soon as we're done. Good game. We'll see you again next week. As usual, great job. Hey, we got our offensive and defensive line here, guys. The guts of the team. I'm on here. Lance is a former offensive defensive lineman. You guys are the land movers. You guys are the guys that make it happen. You never get that credit. So tonight, we're making it happen. So offensively, it started a little bit slow. We couldn't seem to get things going. We started to finally run the ball with our quarterback. Tell me about your night.
I started very slow, but eventually I just knew I had to kick it in and just pulled it out with my team. We all worked really well together tonight, so I'm happy.
Hey, we're proud of you guys, and we love it. Hey, next week it all comes down to this. Huge game, great job tonight. One homecoming. Hey, got dance tomorrow night. Hey, there we go, Frankie. Hey, great job. This came down to the defensive line and the defense just saying, hey, we're going to win it. And I said, hey, if they don't score a point, we can't lose. Tell us about your defensive side of the night.
I mean, it was really hard, fast-paced, and they were a good team. And it was just, I don't know, we just had to pick it up. We got to be hungry. We got to be hungry.
Hey, you got to love it. Winning your homecoming game is huge, right? Now, next week comes down to that. Hopefully, I'm interviewing again, make big plays. Great job tonight, brother. Hey, tell me now about being a center out there. The play starts with you every single time. So I say, hey, it's the most important part of the play, the first part. Tell me about your night offensively as a center.
I definitely have gotten better from last week and the week before that with my snaps and my shotgun. I don't think there was any bad snaps, right?
No, well, one time the ball was on the ground, but no turnover.
I'll take that. We started out kind of slow in the first quarter, but then we kicked it in gear second, third, fourth quarter, and, we just came out with the win, 18-0.
Hey, getting better every week, that's a great attitude. Now, next week, I want to be interviewing you again. If we win, and when we win, I'll be doing that, okay? Great job tonight. You got the homecoming win. Hey, homecoming win, you got to love it out here on this field. You never know when it's the last time you'll ever be out here. Tell me about your night defensively on defense and offensively on the offensive line.
Well, I didn't get a whole lot of plays on defense, but offensively we started out slow, but started picking up guys, talking back and forth, getting the communication going. Started communicating, and that was it. Started blocking guys.
Well, you know what happened too? It was one of those games where initially we were leaning on them, really getting that push, and we weren't able to run much. But when it mattered most, tell me about that. In the third quarter, it was huge. You guys were able to get that push, and a lot of it was behind you.
Well, that middle backer, number 65, is a heck of a player. Finally got him figured out where I'd have to go pick him up, or Jared would, or take him out of the play. We were getting yards.
Hey, you got the job done. Congratulations with your homecoming victor. See you next week. Hey, again, tell me I want to know about your night. It's a homecoming game. How fun is that here on the Friday Night Lights? Great job. Just tell me about your experience, your favorite couple plays out there tonight.
Oh yeah, like you said, it's a fun physical game out there on these, underneath these lights. Like everybody else said, we started a little slow, but not physicality wise. We went out, we were pancaking guys, we were being physical, but the only reason we started out slow, we shot ourselves in the foot with penalties. To me, we stopped that. You can win any game if you don't shoot yourself in the foot, but nice physical game. I think we played at our peak at sometimes night. Other times we just got to fix what we're, messing up on.
Hey, great job, and hey, look forward to the dance tomorrow night, and then it's all football after that, okay?
Thank you.
Hey, tell me about this now. Again, we want to talk offensive, defensive line, our big men, the power behind everybody else. Tell me about your favorite play tonight and what was going on out there.
Well, my favorite play was when I stripped the ball towards the end. But other than that, we worked as a team to accomplish our goals. We obviously started out slow, but we picked that up, especially in the fourth quarter, and came back to get a win for our homecoming game.
Hey, we were talking about when you're out there, good things happen. You just have to be on the field. When you're out there, you're making stuff happen, and that was a huge play in this game. Tell me about that play, what you saw, and how it came about.
Well, it came about just everybody working hard and everybody pushing, and other than that,
hey, you stripped it right, and then was Scranton recovered it, right?
Cale Scranton, he picked it up.
Hey, how cool is that, man?
It was
71 and 17 catches it and picks it up. So the 7-1-7, congratulations. We'll see you again soon. Keep up the good work. Hey, last but not least, our last big man we're going to interview out here. Again, same thing with you. Tell me about your favorite play out there and what it felt like under these lights for homecoming.
Oh, it feels great. It was my first homecoming sophomore. I didn't get to play last year, so favorite play probably towards the end, pushing guys back more than 8 yards. That's always great as a lineman. Just feel you're stronger than everyone else out there. Number one in the league still, so I love it.
It all comes down to next week, right? We want that win next week. So remember, we are the heart and soul of every team, the offensive and defensive line. Good job. We'll see you again next week, buddy.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for tuning in on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. We'll see you guys again. Okay, here we go again on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. Keenan, first and foremost, how's the ankle?
Oh, it's great. I'm good.
I mean, obviously you're just going to say that, but how are you feeling? I mean, is this something right now? Tell me about during the game when it happened.
Yeah.
And how do you think it's going to feel in the morning?
Well, I was just running to that right, and I tried to kind of cut through this guy, and then the guy just kind of pulled me. It's like, and then my cleat caught, and then my leg just kind of folded over my ankle. I mean, and God's just, he's blessed me so much, because he could have ended my season right there, and he just blessed me with just a sprain. So
it was a really awkward tackle, and we were worried to death. Said a little prayer, and you came out over here, and we thought maybe you were done. And then the fact, you coming back in, playing basically on one leg, and when you were punting, it was obvious that was excruciating pain. So tell me about trying to punt, and then what a great job Jefferson Piat did coming in to punt for you. Let's talk about that first.
The Broncos, I think it was, I can't remember what coach it was, but they just talked about next man up, and Jeff, he just did a great job of punting. I was real proud of him, and he just did an awesome job. Our line did a great job blocking. They did a great job protecting me and protecting Colby and all our running backs. All our running backs ran hard. Man, it was just a good game.
And you know, it was a huge lift to your team when you come back out on the field. It looks like you're not going to be able to play. You can see it lifts them up. Tell us about this last drive that basically was the finisher when you rolled left and you hit Scranton in the back of the end zone. Tell me about that play, because it was like you were hopping on one foot.
Yep.
What a heart you have, man.
Well, I mean, I was just running around, and my line gave me great protection, and I felt real safe. Looked over, and Kale happened to be wide open, and so I just tossed it out to him. He made it real easy for me.
Well, hey, we are very proud of you, man. Great job. Hey, not too much dancing tomorrow night. Let's ice this up a lot. It all comes down to a huge game this next week. It's always a pleasure to watch you, man. I love you, man.
Thanks.
Good job. Thanks, man. Boom. Hey, always with you, MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. We will see you again next week. Big game, guys.